Learn how to use set interval method to update the clock every second. In this lesson, we want to look at how we can update the clock every second. And I want to update the topic to match what we are currently working on. Updating the clock every second. Now, you will notice that up to this point, the only thing we have is this current time. We actually don't have the second counting or the minutes or even the hour getting updated. So it only display the current time only once. Either you refresh the page or once there's a page you reload. But the thing is that real digital clocks keep updating every second. So JavaScript makes this possible as well by using the set interval method. And the way set interval method works is that it repeatedly runs a function after a specified amount of time. So let me refresh because that is stopped. So since there are 1000 milliseconds in 1 second, we'll update our clock every 1000 milliseconds in order to match a real live digital clock. So how are we going to do that? Well, we don't have any business here in our HTML file for this lesson. Let's move into our main.js file. And we have already added a couple of names from the last lesson. So what we are going to do now is that we're going to make use of the set interval method in order to update the clock every second. So update every second. And we are going to call the set interval method. Set interval method. And this method is going to take two things. So a function that should run whenever you want the updates to happen, as well as the number in milliseconds. So in our case, let's say we are going to later make a function of just show time, and we want it to run every 1000 milliseconds, which is equivalent to 1 second. So now that we have this setup, we can then go ahead and make that function itself. Function show time. And inside this function, we are basically just going to move everything that we have here and put it inside. And then you will notice that once I did that change, then the counter begins to count. You can see 53, 54, 55, and so on and so forth. And once it reaches 60, let's see what happens. You can see that as soon as it reached the 60 seconds, then the minute as well got updated in this example. So what you have basically done is that we made use of this set interval method that repeatedly runs a function after a specified time interval. So after every 1000 milliseconds, then this set interval method will trigger this show time function, and it will run the content of the function. And that is the result of what you can see here on the web page. So we basically just passed it a function name that we created, and then the number which represents 1 second, that is the 1000 milliseconds. So every second, the show time function creates a new date object, gets the latest hours, minutes, and seconds, and then updates the clock on the page. So this continuous repetition is what makes the clock tick, and this is what actually makes it a digital clock. You can now see the difference from you can now see the difference between this and what we had previously, which was just a one-time display of a static current time generated by the new date object in our lesson. But for this one, this is a continuous change. There's a continuous change every second for the second of this timer that we have on the web page. So in this lesson, we have successfully learned how we can make use of the set interval method to continuously update the clock second every second. So here are a few key takeaways from this lesson. Number one, the set interval method repeatedly runs a function. Number two, 1000 milliseconds equals 1 seconds. It gets the latest time. And lastly, the clock now updates continuously like a real digital clock.